So I ended up searching the internet for 3 different images of a tiger and 3 different images of an owl. And I've opened up what I believe to be my favorite image of my tiger and my owl. So I'm going to take this tiger and do Control A, which is select all, Control C, which is copy, and I'm going to the tab that I want to paste to, which is here. And I am going to do Control V, which is paste, and there is my image. And you can see here in my layers menu I've already gotten started. So I'm going to delete the one that I just pasted. So here I have my owl, and I also have another layer, which is that pasted tiger. The owl's head is a lot smaller than the tiger's head, so I need to scale and rotate it as well as warp it to get it to better fit the owl. So I'm done with this pasted layer. I am going to double click on it and name it Original. This is for safekeeping in case I make a mistake. Next, I will duplicate this layer, and I will do Control T to scale it as well as rotate it to better fit onto the owl. Because this is at 100% opacity, I cannot see through, so I'm going to go to my layers menu and I'm going to lower the opacity. This allows me to better see both the tiger's eyes and the owl's eyes. I'm going to do Control plus to zoom in. Again, I'm going to scale it to fit. And I'm focusing on those eyes and making sure that I'm getting those eyes to line up. Again, I'm going to do Control plus. And the head is quite large on the tiger, whereas the owl's is here. So I need to scale it even more. And the ears are fitting better, but the eyes are way down here. So I'm going to do Control T, warp, and start to warp the eyes and the face to better fit, which is what I have done here. So I like the way how this is warped. I believe that it fits. When I lower the opacity, the tiger's eyes and the owl's eyes line up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this layer, and then I would name it Erased. And what I'm going to do is raise that opacity back up to 100%, turn off my owl layer, and I'm going to go around and erase everything except for the tiger's face, which is what I've done here. And I've done a hard edge around the ears and a soft edge around the face, again zooming in. Once I've done that, then I duplicate that layer, and the only thing that I am focusing on is the eyes. So I'm going to make sure that my layer that I want to work on is highlighted. So I'm going to duplicate this, name it Eyes. Again, lower the opacity so I can see through. And then I like the soft edge eraser to clean up the edges, but I like to start first with a hard edge. And what I'm doing is I'm going just around where that owl's eye is. And then I can bring the opacity back up, and I can start to see, oops, it wasn't at 100%. And I can start to see the owl's eye coming out. But it's harsh, so then this is when I would go back in with my soft edge eraser, and I would like to keep it around that 40%. And by doing the soft edge, it allows the owl and the tiger to kind of blend together to look more realistic, which is, I'm going to delete that, what I did here. So now I have this silly owl tiger. So this project is almost done. I'm now going to go up to my timeline, and I'm going to create a timeline. So I've got it set up already so that I have my first frame ready, which is just the owl. And then I'm going to duplicate that again, and I'm going to turn it so that it is only the tiger's face. And then I'm going to duplicate that again and only do the eyes. And I'm going to change each of these to 0.5 and forever and press play. And now I have this silly little owl tiger. When I am ready to save, I'm going to press stop. I'm going to make sure it's on the last frame. And I'm going to do a save as, naming it Feral Hybrid as a PSD. Then I'm going to do a file save as again, naming it JPEG and saving it. And then I'm going to do a file save for web. Again, making sure it's a GIF and save. And when I press save, I have to make sure that it is navigating to the folder that I want it to save to, which it is. And then I press save, and then I have all 3 files done. A JPEG, Photoshop, and a GIF. And then the only thing I'm turning into Google Classroom is the JPEG showing this layer and a GIF.